We've been out in the hood looking for the person who stabbed 65-year-old street vendor Juan Diaz. And he's been hiding, so we're releasing his name, Elijah Reed. And word on the street is that Elijah has been trying to justify the stabbing, saying that the reason why he stabbed him was because the street vendor had his scooter. You could keep hiding, Elijah, but we know you go to La Habra High School. So let's see what they think about what you've done to that 65-year-old street vendor. Elijah Reed, you broke the code. Elders, hands off. You've been exposed. And I know what pages you're using. I know you're trying to keep tabs on me too, but what you did to that 65-year-old...
So we got this dork on TikTok looking for a 15-year-old kid because he allegedly stabbed a fucking 65-year-old man. What you gonna do to him when you find that kid, huh? Gonna harm a 15-year-old kid? It's off limits, so what? 15-year-old kids ain't off limits? Fucking weirdo. And then we got this bitch.
Out of nowhere, he attacked, stabbing Diaz in his chest, his shoulder, and his arm. A nearby driver captured the terrifying ordeal from her phone, where you can see Diaz trying to fend off his attacker, who he says became increasingly aggressive.
A street vendor who was minding his own business, just trying to work, just trying to feed his family, was stabbed 6 times in Los Angeles, in Hawthorne. For the last few years, it's become extremely common for our street vendors to be attacked and even killed, and all they're trying to do is just work. He was stabbed by Elijah Reed, this 15-year-old monster.
So I want you to notice how this fake blonde hair wanna be white Mexican bitch describe a 15-year-old kid as a monster. A 15-year-old black kid is a monster. We killed nobody.
Breaking news, there's an active shooter in Maine that has now shot up 2 locations, has killed over 16 people and injured 50 to 60. Police share this information. The suspect's name is Robert Cart, and the family allegedly contacted the police to tell them that the suspect's next target would be Mixer's Nightclub and Lounge at 136 Sabbath Road in Sabbath, Maine. He is driving a 2013 white Subaru Outback with a license plate reading 9246 PD. This is a clear picture of what he looks like. He's already targeted 2 locations. 2 cities in Maine have been ordered to shelter in place, Lewiston and Auburn. Breaking news.
But she don't feel the same way for a mass shooter. She don't call a mass shooter a monster or a monkey or something racist or something derogatory or something less dehumanizing. But the black kid who didn't kill nobody is a monster. The real monster who killing people, random people, shooting people, she ain't call him a monster, but she got a kid who was defending himself because he stabbed an old fucking illegal immigrant. He's a monster. Man, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Oh, yeah, I need to get the fuck out of America. Let's get into it. Welcome back. The Big Bad Podcast. I'm your host. So, a Mexican illegal immigrant vendor was stabbed in Hawthorne. The alleged attacker seemed to be a 15-year-old black American kid. I've been reading the comments on these Mexican pages. They want to go to this kid's house. They doxing him. They threatening him. Let's get into it. So, a 62-year-old illegal immigrant allegedly been stabbed by a 15-year-old black American child. These people are on TikTok doxing, showing this kid's face, address, and school.
We've been out in the hood looking for the person who stabbed 65-year-old street vendor Juan Diaz. And he's been hiding, so we're releasing his name, Elijah Reed. And word on the street is that Elijah has been trying to justify the stabbing, saying that the reason why he stabbed him was because the street vendor had his scooter. You could keep hiding, Elijah, but we know you go to La Habra High School. So let's see what they think about what you've done to that 65-year-old street vendor. Elijah Reed, you broke the code. Elders, hands off. You've been exposed. And I know what pages you're using. I know you're trying to keep tabs on me too, but what you did to that 65-year-old is a no-go.
It seems to me that only black kids get this treatment when they're minors. White children don't get treated or exposed like this. And quite frankly, mass shooters don't get treated like this. They don't exploit mass shooters like this. They call this kid monsters. Call them all types of names. I'm the only one in the comment defending this kid on all these fucking pages. Know what I'm saying? Because they call them all types of races. They call them all types of coons. They call them all types of motherfucking. I can't even say the words they say to me in Spanish. I don't know that shit. But they calling me a communist. They calling me racist when they're attacking I'm defending a 15-year-old child, a black child, and I defend any child. And let's be clear. I don't condone attacking no vendors or nobody. I condone no violence. But I don't care what the kid did. He's a kid. You fucking adults, 20s, 30s, and 40s are not the fucking judge and jury. Yeah, I'm not about to sit and let a different ethnicity attack anybody from my group. First of all, anybody, especially people who are not even American. Like, put it this way: if a Black American was to hit a Mexican child, I would defend a Mexican child. I would defend any child. It's not because he's black, but it's giving me more so because y'all are being fucking so racist and hateful to a 50-year-old kid. And then I was thinking, what type of people want to harm? What type of people harm a 15-year-old kid? What type of person will attack a 15-year-old kid? Fucking racist. Mexicans are no worse. Mexicans are no better than the Israelites in Palestine. I'm gonna say this: Israelites and the Mexicans are the fucking same thing. For one, they both invaders. No one asked them to come to America. No one asked them to go to fucking Jerusalem. That's one thing they got in common. Two, they go there and they fucking take over. They just keep fucking invading and bringing more of their own kind into neighborhoods and territories that they're not natives of. Three, they changing the whole political demographic of the country that they're not even from. You got Mexicans in city council. You got them in police force. You got them. Listen, this last year, the LA council was caught on camera and on video saying racist shit about how she's not with the blacks, about calling little black kids monkeys.
Off the effing walls on the floor, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
There's a lot to unpack in there, and believe it or not, it got even worse. Now, Lilian Martinez called the child a Spanish term meaning animal, but she also mocked Oaxacans and implied that LA County's progressive district attorney, George Gasson, shouldn't be supported, saying, quote, F that guy, he's with the blacks.
Call them little animals and shit. This is just last year. And let's go back. It's a gang in LA. First of all, you know they got sundown towns in America? They got sundown hoods in LA. There are certain neighborhoods black can't even go to. That was historically black first. You got some shit called Ramona Gardens, the Big Happy Gang.
If you want me to show you, I'll take you there. I'll take you to certain parts of Compton and watch in LA that blacks can't go in because they writing killer on the wall. Yep. Straight up. And they don't even know why. I feel you 100% when you saying they don't even know that we did pave the way for them to be over here. They don't know that, but we need to get that material to them so they do understand that.
Anti-black violence conducted by Latino gangs in Los Angeles has been ongoing for more than a decade. As early as 1995, the Los Angeles Police Department report about Latino gang activity in the Normandale Park neighborhood declared, this gang has been involved in an ongoing program to eradicate black citizens from the gang neighborhood. A 1996 LAPD report on gangs in East Los Angeles stated, local gangs will attack any black person that comes into the city. But while the Latino gang's racial terror campaign is not new, gang experts and law enforcement authorities say the intensity and frequency of anti-black terrorism is now escalating, as the amount of turf in Los Angeles claimed by Latino gangs continues to increase rapidly. And as more and more blacks leave inner city LA for safer neighborhoods, those who remain are more vulnerable. The footage you're watching in the background is from Mother's Day 2014, when a man named Jose Lil Mo Saucedo and his fellow Big Hazard gang members smashed windows and threw Molotov cocktails into 4 apartments at Ramona Gardens, a heavily Hispanic housing project in Boyle Heights, east of downtown Los Angeles. 3 apartments housed African American families, including sleeping women and children, while
these gangs was trying to ethnocide or genocide black Americans. They was fucking firebombing their houses. They was attacking them, killing them. 20 murders of black people who just trying to live, but yet you never see a Mexican defending defending no blacks when that shit happened. Never. And it's so much shit that these Mexicans benefit in this country that we fall for. Yeah, they have the fucking nerve to be racist against us. And in LA prison, in California prison, the Mexicans are allies with fucking Nazis.
This is the biggest contradiction that I've ever noticed. And I saw a video the other day by some cat in New York, a Crip out in New York, saying basically he didn't respect Sureños because when we get to the pen, we link up with Nazis. And honestly, this has been something that always did kind of make me scratch my head. It's been happening for so long, before my time. It's going to be after my time. But it's so weird when you think about it. Why would you want to go to the pen, especially if you're from a city where you don't even really see, you know, gabachos or you know, the woods or anything like that. Like, you know, you see a lot of them out here in the desert for sure. But, you know, a lot of you guys come from cities, you know, South Central, Watts, Compton, wherever, you know, where there's not that strong of any type of presence of that, like, you know, that nature, the wood nature, you know, or the Aryan nature or whatever. And we get to the pen and it's like we're cool with them over the blacks. And to me, it never made any sense to me. I think in a way it's like, what we're a part of is actually pretty, you know, racist. And if that's the case, right, if you look at it, because if anything, our gravitational pull should be more closer to ethnic, you know, other culture, you know what I'm saying, oppressed. It shouldn't be leaning towards people who call us the worst kind of names you could dream of. These guys, I can't even say the names that they call us. What they call brown.
These guys team up with Nazis to go against black Americans who they live amongst. See, this is the thing about them too, they cowards. Because when they in small numbers, they be all peaceful and allies and shit. The minute they get deep or they get outnumber somebody, when the Mexicans become like 97%, it's like 3% blacks, they want to exterminate blacks. We don't do that shit to the fucking Mexicans. We don't attack Mexicans for no reasons. Now give or take, okay, it was a couple of vendors who were smacked around by some black kids with the Hoovers. I seen that video about a year ago. And, you know, young Jap, you know, he regulated his homeboy. We check our own. But fuck that. They don't check their own. They do outlandish shit. Nobody check them. Fuck. Yo, look, I'm not into LA politics. I'm not. So I can't tell people how to act and behave. A lot of people die putting in work in to protecting their communities against these people. So I don't got nothing to say about that. But from what I'm hearing is these Mexican gangs are running shit. And it's the thing, right? Let's say if y'all do find that kid, and what y'all gonna do to him? He's 15. Are you gonna attack him? Now let's say if I was on some bullshit, I'm on cold, right? And I say, if they attack that 15-year-old kid out there, I'm gonna take it out of a Mexican out here where they have low numbers and they're workers and they mind their business. And it's no Mexican gangs where I'm from. Matter of fact, the Puerto Ricans call them ATMs because they rob the Mexicans all the time in Fairhaven. Yo, I forgot what year it was, but I was on Grand Avenue. I seen four Puerto Ricans attack this Mexican, killed them right on Grand Avenue, right in front of me. See, we don't attack Latino gangs. Latino gangs fight each other. But like out here, the blacks don't attack Mexicans. Puerto Ricans do. They rob them because they always got money in the pocket, always working. And I think that's fucked up too. But if we was to treat y'all like y'all treat us, if we was to treat y'all on the East Coast like y'all treat us on the West Coast, it'd be bad because y'all numbers are so low here. Listen, I'm not promoting no violence. I'm just saying, if y'all was to attack that kid, not to feel some type of way, who's to save the people out here? Because they're fucking sitting ducks. They're sitting ducks. And I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, y'all out here hunting down one kid. Y'all hunt down the people who attack blacks. Y'all hunt down the people who was firebombing them houses. Y'all ain't did nothing. But y'all want answers and justice because somebody fucking stabbed somebody. And take this out. Why did that vendor have that child scooter in the first place? Why was I seen the child saying, give my scooter back. he wanted his scooter back. He ain't just walked up to him and stabbed him for no reason. What was the conflict before the cameras was on? Why wouldn't have seen that one part? It's like this, right? If somebody was call me nigger and someone was a hair and they seen it, the camera's coming up. But they didn't catch the part when the guy called me a nigger. This guy seen the part when I'm whooping the guy ass. That's what happened. The kid said someone called him an N-word. And he was talking to some other guy. The Mexican guy got in, grabbed his scooter, and hit him with it. Well, it's proof he have a scooter. Why did he have a 15-year-old scooter? Why did a 16-year-old? He wasn't minding. He was doing something. He wasn't robbing a fucking guy who was selling flowers. He didn't rob the guy. He didn't rob the Mexican. But all of a sudden, you get a small clip, and y'all just run with it. Now this alleged kid, who I don't think I think the kid is clout chasing. But let's say hypothetically he did do it. You see one clip, that don't tell the whole story. But y'all got APBs on TikTok, fucking whistleblowing to all these fucking gangs to attack a child. Get the fuck out of here. It's something like my Mexicans, because y'all gangbang and y'all call police. And the people who attack vendors more are they're not even black. They're usually the Karens attack vendors. Usually be other Latino groups who attack vendors. It be other Mexicans attacking fucking vendors. And y'all don't do shit about that. It's a big deal when we do it because y'all racist. Y'all move amongst us. We don't move amongst y'all. Y'all come from y'all country to our country. We don't go from our country to y'all country and move amongst y'all. Y'all come amongst us. We don't indulge in your culture. Yeah, we eat tacos and shit, but we don't indulge in your music, your style. Motherfucking low riding is something we invented. Chopper bikes is something we invented. Y'all indulging our music. Y'all indulging low riding. Y'all indulging chopper bikes. Y'all even imitate our gangs. Your whole gang style is like a Black American type of thing. So y'all imitate us, but y'all hate on us the most. But when something go down, when we get something, it's a black and brown coalition. Or when we get something, we minorities now. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are worse than fucking the Israelis, man. Y'all come here, and not to mention, y'all legal immigrants bring crime here. Cocaine is at an all-time low. Pussy is at an all-time low. Y'all fucking South Americans and Mexicans are flooding New York City, Queens, and Brooklyn right now. Prostitution is hookers everywhere. Hookers everywhere. And I realized the people who attack a 15-year-old kid is the same people who will fuck a 15-year-old kid. So what I did was Google the age of consent in Mexico. That's just the age. It's 15. So don't mind fucking killing a 15-year-old kid, because that's what they do in Mexico. And then I'm in the comments, they going about this thing, all this conservative shit. See, these people think they're conservatives. These people are white puppets. No different from Larry Elder and any other black person who think he's a conservative. What are you conserving?
Your safety begins where this fence ends.
Irene Armendariz Jackson is running against one-term Democratic incumbent representative Veronica Escobar, whose district includes El Paso.
We see the catastrophe on the southern border. All I have to do is look out in my backyard and we see it every day.
She calls herself the border candidate.
We just followed 4 buses. They're full of illegals. America, wake up. We have an invasion in our country.
In attempting to bring more immigrants to this country in order to take them out of power. So you believe Democrats are behind this and orchestrating?
Why are they doing all that they're doing? Of course they're doing it on purpose.
They're getting flown throughout our country. How does that make sense for Americans?
In 2020, Trump received nearly 30,000 more votes in El Paso County than he did in 2016. His border policies have set the stage for conservatives' momentum here.
I eat, live, and breathe the border. I'm just so obsessively, compulsively dedicated to this. I'm a lone wolf.
Anthony Agüero is also from El Paso. He's an independent correspondent with a social media site he helped found.
How you guys doing? Your friend Anthony Agüero out here once again on the U.S. southern border.
He spends countless hours driving.
What are you conserving, Mexican? Nobody wants you here. Nobody ever wants. No one. Not saying I'm not being racist, but y'all don't move amongst white people. Y'all move amongst black people. Y'all can't move amongst white people. They're not having that. They will harass you every chance they get. And they harass y'all every chance they get. But yet y'all want to give us a hard time. But yet y'all want to be allies with them. Y'all want to appease them. Y'all want to be conservatives. Y'all want to have MAGA hats and shit. Half of y'all don't like the other half of y'all. The legal Mexicans don't like the illegal Mexicans. They don't want them to come here because y'all know y'all fuck shit up. Y'all bringing cocaine here. And not to mention, all the crime went up since
Asian.
No, we got to call things what they are. And just like Jennifer was talking about, them being criminals because they didn't do, they went, they're breaking the law.
So you're calling just to be clear, you're calling, so every single undocumented person that is in the United States, you are calling them all criminals.
Yeah, they broke the law. They broke the law.
Do you all see, again, any danger in using a word like invasion, and correlating migrants and asylum seekers and undocumented people to invasion?
How many people have crossed our border since 2020? How many people have come through? How can you not call it an invasion? It's millions of people.
It's naive of you to speak like that, like
Why
that
so?
they're not criminals. It's like sugarcoating this whole idea.
I'm not going to be bound by fear. We're going to call it what it is. They're criminals by coming into the country illegally. They're illegal aliens because I refuse to change the terminology. And I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I don't care if you're a conservative. I don't care if you're a reporter on Fox or CNN. You call them what they are. They're illegal aliens because if you change the terminology, you change the law. And I'm not okay with that.
But at the end of the day, let's not pretend that this isn't some type of a situation.
No,
Why aren't they letting Cubans come?
So let's...
But no, let me ask you that. How come Cubans... Biden was like, nope, Jen Psaki, no Cubans. Why? Because they know what communism is. And they will come here and put on a red hat and be happy.
They don't want them to come here because y'all know y'all fuck shit up. Y'all bringing cocaine here. And not to mention, all the crime went up since the illegal immigrants came here. 6 million illegal immigrants came here. Oh, they're saying, he just come here because he will make a living for his family. Make a living in your own fucking country. Because you making a living is taken from somebody else. Every dollar y'all make, y'all take from the Americans. Y'all not Americans. And I know y'all gonna say, California was part of Mexico. Really, nigga? Let's say it was, right? Once the Americans bought California, the Mexicans who was here, they became Americans. If it was something, it ain't. If it was something back then, it ain't what it is now. And y'all not coming from California to be in California to be illegal immigrants. No, y'all coming from fucking Mexico. You're coming from a different place. It ain't the same fucking place. Once the lines were drawn, I don't make the rules, but we all abide by them. Once the fucking lines was drawn, that's what it was. And that was a fucking 1850 or something. You mean to tell me because something happened in 1850 that y'all gotta apply that shit right now? Oh, this is Mexico. It's not fucking Mexico. Y'all didn't y'all didn't build no California. Y'all ain't build Los Angeles. Y'all ain't build them roads. Y'all ain't built them streets. Y'all ain't fund that town. Y'all ain't find that town. And I hate to sound like I'm a racist because I always get blocked. I got 2 strikes on my page right now. And I'm not even trying to sound racist. This is the facts. Y'all fuck with us. Y'all want us to discipline ourselves for y'all. We don't discipline y'all fuck your own. I don't get how California... I'm glad I moved from California. I'm glad my parents moved from California because I'd have been banging on y'all. Listen. I wouldn't been banging on Bloods and Crips. Because Mexicans always starting shit when they got high numbers. And low numbers, y'all the fucking humblest. That's how I was in prison. I was in Bridgeport. I was cool with the Mexican dude. The Puerto Ricans ain't like him. I was his only friends. I don't know who played chess with him. I'm the only one who cooked with him. I was in Carl Robinson. He didn't like the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans didn't like the Mexican. And the thing is, in Mexico, it's even more racist. It's so racist that y'all put black people in pockets in southern Mexico and shit and isolate them and y'all treat it's the same type of racism in America it is in Mexico. The blacks are in the South, they're isolated, don't get no fucking don't get no commodities, no utilities, don't get no benefits, don't get nothing to better them. They get the worst schooling, they get paid the least. And it's like it's crazy because y'all come with them same racist sentiments y'all bring it in America. Y'all bring the same racism. Mexico was racist as fuck. And not to mention, we never killed a Mexican tourist. Blacks went to fucking Mexico, got killed, got kidnapped, and all types of shit. We don't do that. Mexico is half the size of America as far as population go, but it's damn near double on homicide. Y'all want to say, look at Chicago. Y'all want to say y'all 13%. I've been saying 13% represent Black America. Y'all represent 13%. Check out the nerve to say that Black Americans commit 50% of the crimes. Nigga, please. Most crime don't get reported. Everything somebody black do is gonna get reported and we're gonna get charged for it. Shit, white people do don't get reported and don't get charged for it. And not to mention the Mexican gangs in the LA sheriffs. in the LAPD. Not only are y'all gangs in the street, y'all gangs in the fucking police department, y'all gangs politically. Y'all racist as fuck in all three categories. And y'all outnumbering us. Y'all keep invading our territories. Now, shit was historically 80%, 90% black in the 80s, are now like 90% black, 90% Mexicans now. Why y'all move amongst white people? Y'all come to our neighborhoods with vendors and shit. Go to your own community and be fucking vendors. Why y'all always in our proximity? Why y'all always indulging in our culture? We don't indulge in none of y'all shit, but y'all got so much hate for us. Y'all fucking fake Nazis. Y'all got lowrider Nazis. Y'all conservative. Y'all wear MAGA hats. It's crazy. Y'all got so much more for blacks, and y'all never, historically, y'all even fought to be white. What's that? Lilac, some shit, that Latin shit. Y'all even wanted to be white. Y'all fought to be white. Your senses, y'all are white. Y'all do the white supremacist job for them. Y'all are the fucking dogs of white supremacy. Y'all at the lowest fucking rank, at the fucking bottom, doing all the work, fighting against us. Y'all don't fight against white people at all. At all. Because y'all want to be white. Mexicans are the Israelites of America. Just invading and terrorizing and fucking up the politics. That's it. I can't put it in a different shell because y'all moving us out of our historical land. We are the natives of America, not y'all. Y'all not even Native Americans of Mexico. Y'all are Chino. Y'all are Chinos. Y'all always think y'all some Aboriginal. Y'all ain't fucking Aboriginal. Y'all ain't the Mayans. Y'all ain't the Aztecs. Y'all ain't none of that shit. Because those people was dark-skinned people. They was reclassified as Negro. What y'all are descendants of the Chino slaves from fucking India, from China, from Malaysia and all that shit. Y'all are mixed with them. You even notice how Mexicans look Asian and shit? They be all short and they be kind of dark. That ain't because they're natives. Natives didn't look like fucking Filipinos. Y'all look like Filipinos because y'all are Filipinos. Y'all technically are Asians. Y'all are Asian blend.
All right. After parts of Asia were conquered by the Spanish crown, Asian people were put into slavery on their own land and later on shipped to places such as Mexico, Peru, and Chile. In other words, they were shipped to Spanish-controlled colonies in America. Now, this is a quote from the book, Asian Slaves in Colonial Mexico. Quote, "The foundation of the Spanish Philippines gave rise to the trans-Pacific slave trade. Manila became the colonial outpost in Asia where slaves were purchased and the Manila galleon ships afforded transport to Mexico. Slaves were from diverse places and they were called Chino slaves. And they came from places such as Philippines, India, Bengal, Indonesia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Japan, China, and other places. Now, once in Mexico, all of these people became Chino slaves. This is not to make light of the situation or to poke fun at it, but what I'm saying is that all of these people that they reclassified as Negroes, as African slaves, a lot of those people were indigenous people. But it makes it look like there was a complete slaughter or genocide of indigenous people. When you just reclassify them, then you can say they're all dead. But no, they're not dead. They've just been reclassified. They were reclassified by the pen. Okay? And we see that this actually happened with the Karankawas, and it happened with the Yamasee people as well. All right? Now, let me get back to the next part. All right. Now that dark-skinned Aboriginals lost the war against the Spanish crown and now Spanish America, they were then reclassified as Negroes and Africans. The lighter-skinned native people who helped subdue the Aboriginal people were allowed to maintain their indigenous status, but they were still considered subjects or slaves of the Spanish crown and forced to endure a lighter form of slavery, which was not nearby as harsh as what the Aboriginal people had to experience. So this is the talking about how the Chino slaves became Indians, all right? The Chino slaves who were brought from the Philippines were people who were used to working underneath the Spaniards, and the Spanish believed that they were easier to control than Negroes who were there. Once in Mexico, they worked in the textile fields, and though they were laborers, they were not forced to work out in the fields like the dark-skinned aboriginals, and they soon became identified.
Native Americans was tall, slender, slim, dark. Y'all ain't none of that. Y'all be short like little penguins because y'all got that Asian blood. And I be saying the Olmecs wasn't black. They damn sure wasn't Latino either. I'm gonna say that the Olmecs wasn't Latino either. It was blacks here, or people who were classified as blacks. Just like in America, the Native Americans was classified as Negro. And the people we see Native Americans now are not Native Americans. They're $5 Indians, and they're Chino too. They look. Why do you think they look Asian? These people aren't fucking Asian. There was no Asians here. Like, I don't get it. I got someone spoke for us, but y'all need to get that shit together, man. More of the story is, leave that fucking 15-year-old kid alone and let the law do what they do. Stop dog whistling other gangs to get this little kid harmed. Because if we get harmed, it's people who think, they're like, oh shit, they harmed a 15-year-old kid. They go outside and see some Mexicans. What else it gonna do? Because every action has a reaction. Like, and even that video, y'all seen the reaction. Y'all didn't seen the action that made that kid stab that kid. And I ain't justifying no stabbing. But you can't get a little clip and put it all in the context without seeing the whole context of the whole video of why it started. Y'all don't want to hear this kid's side of the story. He told you he got hit with the fucking scooter and he was called an N-word by somebody else. And the Mexican in mind of business, he jumped in, he defended himself, he got a scooter back. All that old illegal immigrant had to do was fucking give his scooter back. Illegal immigrants should be here anyway. It's a crime. See what I'm saying? Y'all be going, oh, it's a crime to stab somebody. It's a crime being a fucking illegal immigrant in America. It's a crime being illegal. And if he had kids, they're not fucking Americans either. They're fucking illegal. I don't give a fuck about all this. See, y'all come here, y'all use the 14th Amendment that we fought for. We fought for the 14th Amendment to make y'all citizens. That shit should never with the Mexicans. It should stay with just blacks. Because y'all come here now and y'all invading our fucking territory and now y'all getting into politics. Y'all can't even vote until fucking what, 1975 or some shit? 1970? And y'all going crazy with your racism. Fucking moving us out. Fucking policing us. Harassing us. We don't bother nobody. We don't bother you. Okay, it might be a kid or two who might do some bullshit, but that's juvenile shit. Y'all be firebombing black American houses. Y'all be killing black Americans. Y'all be ganging up on black Americans in the streets and in prison. La raza. La raza is some racist shit. It means a white in a race. Y'all always say, you're not la raza. La raza. La raza this. La raza home. Raza. That means race. Mexicans was not a fucking race. Mexicans are people of a nationality. It's a variety of races and mixes. It's not one race. Like black Americans, we are black. I'm saying Africans, they are considered black. Europeans are considered white. Y'all not black or white. Y'all are a mixture of the spectrum. Y'all have white Mexicans. Y'all have dark Mexicans. Y'all got all in between. Most of y'all are all in between. Most of y'all are the Asian white mix. Or y'all just pure Asians. Y'all just pure Chino slaves. Y'all not natives. Look at every picture you see natives. They're always tall, slender, and dark. None of you are dark. Y'all be fucking hot dog complexion. Y'all be like orangey, burnt orangey, bronzy and shit. Y'all never be like native complexion because y'all Chino slaves. Anyway, man, I say this, man. Yo, so I'm starting another page too, man. So I'm starting another page. I hope y'all subscribe to it because this shit might get shut down. This topic right here might get shut down. I did 3 podcasts, fire podcasts, hilarious podcasts. They blocked my shit and gave me 2 strikes, my nigga. So I'm kind of fucked up right now. I don't get paid for this, but it's like I don't want to lose my channel, but I'm gonna lose my channel anyway. So I'm gonna be back up channel. So stay tuned, man. You know, it's a Big Bad Podcast, man. Stop the racist hate, man. Stop fucking me and racist to black Americans. Y'all just fucking racist as fuck.